Let's consider another example of linear and angular speed. So the example is an object is moving at a constant linear speed of 20 meter per second around a circle of radius 5 meters. So as you can see, an object is moving around a circle. So let's first write what is given in the question. So I'm going to write whatever is given in the question. So as you can see, it is given that the linear speed is 20 meter per second. So my speed v is given as 20 meter per second. And if you look at the question, it says that the radius is 5. So my radius r is given as 5 meters, right? Now let's keep reading. So it says that what would be the central angle generated by the object in 6 seconds? So the time t is given as 6 seconds, and what we need to find? We need to find the central angle theta. So theta is not given. As you can see, linear speed is given, time is given, radius is given, and we need to find the central angle. So if you remember, we know that linear speed v is equal to distance over time, and if we simplify, what we can write? We can write a speed, or I should say linear speed over 1 is equal to s over t, and if we cross multiply, I will multiply s times 1 is s, that is equal to v times t is vt. And let this is my relation between time, linear speed, and distance. Now we also know that angle theta is equal to arc over radius, right? So as you can see, my arc right here, which is a distance, that is given as v times t. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute the value of s equals to vt over here. And if I do that, I will write theta is equal to, my s is vt over radius r. Now, if you look at the question, what we need to find? We need to find the central angle, right? And if you look closely, this theta is basically what? This theta is my central angle. If you look at the question, you can see the linear speed is given as 20 meters per second, radius is given as 5 meters, and time is given as 6 seconds. So what we can do, we can substitute the value of v, r, and t over here in this equation. So if we do that, we will write theta is equal to, my velocity is 20 meter per second, my time is 6 seconds over, my radius is, if you look closely, it's 5 meters. Now we have all the values over here. Let's simplify. So at numerator we have 20 meter per second times 6 seconds. So 20 times 6 is what? 120. And look at the units. This second can cancel out from this second because this is meter per second and this is just second. So when you multiply, this second will be cancelled out. And only thing left is 20 times 6, and 20 times 6 is 120 meters over 5 meters. So my theta is 120 over 5. If we simplify further, we will get theta is equal to 120 over 5 is basically 24 radians. 24 radians. What that means? It simply means that when the object will move around the circle at a linear speed of 20 meters per second for 6 seconds, and the radius of the circle is 5 meter, then that object will generate 24 radians at the center of the circle. So we can write our answer as, our answer is, our central angle is, our central angle, which is basically what? Theta, that is 24 radians. Right? So our central angle is 24 radians. And this is how we will solve questions related to linear and angular speed.